and welcome to Scale Car Garage. Now, I know we've got projects on the go, but I thought take a little break and have a little fun. And I thought to have a little fun, I would show you some of my previous builds, my scratch built cars. There are quite a few of them, so I thought we'd start just with one of my favorites. I don't want to give too much away, but I'll take you through the build of the car. I'll take you through the history of the car itself a little bit, and then we'll put it on the track and see how it goes. Anyway, here we go. A little bit of a respite from our project work here on Scale Car Garage. All right, I know I haven't shown you very many areas here in the garage. I guess you're familiar with the workbenches and the track, but I want to show you what I lovingly call my car cupboard, which is a cupboard I put, well, it contains a lot of the scratch-built cars that we've done here at Scale Car Garage so far. So why don't I open it up, pull one out, and we'll take a look at it and get it on the track. I can show you here. Here we go. I want to show you all of them. I'll just dip in here, do a lucky dip. And, oh, I think you guys would like this one. All right. Let's see if you can you see that? Probably not. All right, how about that? Can you see that? What do you think it is? What do you think? Oops, it's an open wheel car. Okay, I'll give you a hint. If it's green with a yellow stripe. Yellow stripe, green with a yellow stripe. Here, let me show you some close-ups. We'll put it on the track and you'll see what this is, and I'll describe it to you. All right, let's go. Okay, so I've put the car on the track. I'm sure that you can tell it is a Lotus. It's actually a Lotus 33, specifically Lotus 33 R6. That was the car that was driven by Jim Clark to first place in the 1964 British Grand Prix at Brands Hatch. And this is a car I scratch built. Anyway, why don't I take you through the build? We'll take a quick sort of, history of the car along with the build, and then we'll take it for a drive around the track. Using John Tipler's wonderful book, Lotus 25 and 33 as a reference, I cast an original monogram Lotus 33 body and then reshaped and scale adjusted it to be an exact 1/32 scale. I made a mold of the scale correct body so I could produce these cars as I needed them. The chassis was constructed of 2 brass rods soldered to a front axle holder and motor bracket. The motor is an FF030 mini motor and suits the car very well, as it really represents the performance you would expect from the 1.5-liter era of Formula One. The suspension details were fabricated from brass sheet and various sizes of brass rod, soldered to the chassis and detailed. The full interior was fabricated, including the tub, driver's seat, steering wheel, and dashboard. In addition, I fabricated a driver's head, and separate helmet with goggles. I then made molds for all of these parts, as well as the exhaust pipes and gearbox from the monogram kit. The body was painted British Racing Green with a yellow stripe. Then the interior parts were detailed, assembled, and secured to the body of the car, along with the windshield, roll bar, and intake trumpets. Here is the real car in action at Brands Hatch, with the great Jim Clark at the wheel. Jim Clark had a magnificent drive and took Lotus 33 R6 to victory at the 1964 British Grand Prix. Now, let's take our 1/32 scale version of this car around our track for 15 laps on each lane and see how it drives. Well, there we go. That's 15 laps in the right lane. Hopefully you could hear how smooth the car is. If I don't say so myself, it's really quite smooth. Helps if you lift it up by the wheels. All right, so let's try the left lane and see what our times are like. And we'll try that right now. Here we go. Well, there you have it, 15 laps on the left lane. Well, let's take a look at our numbers here. Wow, pretty close. I did the right lane first, and my fastest time was 8.368 on lap 9 of 15, so I guess it took me a little while to sort of get into the groove. And my fastest laps were actually on the latter half of the session. There were laps 8, 9, and 15, or 9, 8, and 15 in that order, excuse me. On the left lane, wow, I took off 2/10. And again, latter half of the session, 8, 7, and 9 were my fastest laps. I guess it takes me a little bit of time to get into the rhythm, and also, to be perfectly honest, I really don't push this car right to the edge because you know, I don't want to hurt it. Well, so there you have it, 15 laps on each lane. I hope you enjoyed the story behind the car itself, the real car, a little bit. The story behind this actual scratch-built Lotus 33 R6. And I hope you liked our first segment of Cars in the Cupboard. More to come if you enjoy it. Please let me know in the comments if you like this and you want to see more of the cars I've built in the past. So I guess we're back to the workbench soon here on Scale Car Garage. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe.